All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're doing Invaders Lesson 4, Part 2. We're going to work on the cannon today. Okay, hit pause on this video, and I want you to open up the grade scale for this project and specifically look at the cannon. Okay, so if you did what I said, you're looking at the grade scale, and unless I changed it a bunch, it should look something like this. Here's what we want to do with the cannon: create some new instance variables that keep track of the cannon's speed, and we want to initialize it in the constructor, and then we also want to do the same thing for the life. All right, so here's what we're going to do. We're going to go to the cannon. Okay, and the first thing you want to do is you want to say go up to the top here. It says public class can extend ship. This is the class signature, and then right here is a great spot to declare variables. This is the variable declaration area. We're making all the empty boxes of things that the cannon needs to keep track of. So in this case, we're going to say private int speed. It's going to make an empty box named speed. Public int life. It's going to make an empty box named life. And you can go ahead and get these as well because we're going to be using those later. Okay. All right. So now we're going to come down to the constructor. The constructor, everything that we do in the constructor happens one time when the object is first created and placed in the world. And so you can see that we're going to initialize these instance variables. We're going to stick something into the empty boxes for the first time. So we're going to make speed equals 4, life equal to 4, gun reload time, and so on and so forth. Okay. So go ahead and do all these things as well. Okay. So now the next thing that we need to do is use some of these variables. So let's take a look and see how we're going to use speed. So you're going to come down here and you're going to see that under check key press, we're going to move speed. And if we hit the left button, we're going to move negative speed. Okay. All right. So recap. This is the instance variable declarations. This is where we initialize those instance variables. We put values in them for the first time, and then finally down here we're actually using our instance variables. All right, now let's do this. The next thing I want you guys to do is figure out how to use the life. Okay. All right, so we're gonna create this thing called do damage. Okay, so the cannon is going to damage himself when he gets touched by a bullet from the invader. So when the invader's bullet hits him, you're going to say life equals life minus damage. You're going to say update the cannon life counter. Okay, and the cannon life counter is, let's see if we can find it. Let's minimize all this stuff, see if we can find it. I can find nothing. Let's see if we can find the project. Ah, here it is. Okay, so there's the cannon life counter. So whenever an invader bullet hits this guy, his life goes down, and then he also needs to communicate to this guy. Okay. Okay, back to the cannon. Okay, so um, so so as soon as he gets damaged, you're going to update the cannon life counter. If the life equals 2, you're going to set it to a damaged image. If the life goes down to 1, even more damaged. And if the life equals 0, you're going to end the game and you lose. Right? Okay, now let's take a look at this. Update cannon life counter. So basically what we're going to do with this is you're going to say space world, hey, I want to get the current world. So like, okay, so now you can talk to the current world through this box called space world. And then you're going to say, then you're going to make a box called cannon life counter. You're going to say, hey world, will you put this guy right here into a box called cannon life counter so I can talk to him? Cool, he did, so you did it. And you're going to say, um, now you're going to say, hey cannon life counter, which is you, set your value to the cannon's life, so the life will go from 3 down to 2, down to 1, down to 0, and you're dead. Okay, so that's how you do the update cannon life counter. This only works if you've done the work in space that we did in the first lesson. Okay, all right, now let's talk about one more thing. Let's talk about this. So when we fire, so no longer do we want to fire and just have a sound. We actually want to place something in the world. So you have to do this, get world. So you're saying, hey world, will you please add an object? I want a brand new cannon bullet, and uh, you would put in a brand new cannon bullet, and you put it at the cannon's current X and current Y locations, so the bullet will appear right where this guy is. All right. All right. So let's play it and see what it does. so. So now you have it. It changes images, and you can see that the counter goes down. Okay.